Good morning, welcome back to Near Post Flick On. What a beautiful day it is. And if you're a Palace fan, I'm sure you're probably still recovering from a hangover because, oh my word, Crystal Palace have done it. They have done it. They have made history after winning their first ever domestic trophy by beating Manchester City at Wembley Stadium 1-0. And what an encounter it was. I mean, I predicted it. I said from the get go that Crystal Palace had every chance. If they were going to do it, this would be the moment for them to do it. And they absolutely proved it by beating Manchester City. And for me, there was only one team in it. I mean, credit to the owners, to the chairman, Steve Parish, credit to Mark Bright, to the manager, Oliver Glasner. I think they've done a phenomenal job taking Crystal Palace from where they were a few years ago to where they are now. And it was just a matter of time. I mean, they've been to the FA Cup finals a couple of times, and it was just a matter of time. And yesterday was their time. It was their moment. So fly, Eagles, fly. They deserve it. They worked hard. And yeah, they've had a good season, Crystal Palace. They've had a very good season. And they've done what they needed to do. They've done what they needed to do. So they deserve this occasion. They deserve the moment. I'm sure that trophy parade will be phenomenal in South London over there. Yeah, credit to them. Credit to them. Credit to them. They'll be over the moon. I mean, you saw the celebrations yesterday at Wembley and what it meant to the players. And sometimes you have to dig deep. You have to have belief. And I think they dug deep and they had belief going into the game. They were the underdogs because even though City have had a shit season, let's be honest, they've had a very very poor season by their standards. You would still kind of want to put money on City doing it when it mattered, especially when they've got absolutely nothing to show for this season. They may not even qualify for the Champions League if games don't go their way. And of course, this is a trophy that would have helped Pep and it would have helped City to say at least we've won something. So we're still consistent in terms of winning a trophy every other season. But this could go down as the worst season for Pep Guardiola since taking over as Manchester City manager if they have absolutely nothing to show for their efforts. So, but being Manchester City and having the big dogs that they have, Kevin De Bruyne, Doku, Haaland, they've got a plethora of good players. But on the day, I just knew I had a feeling that it was the day of the underdog. I had a feeling that Crystal Palace would make history, and they did. Eberechi Eze got on the score sheet, and once he got on the score sheet, you felt like the tide would probably turn, and you felt the momentum was with Palace. Don't get me wrong, City created chances, and the Palace goalkeeper Dean Henderson, I think he put in a man of the match performance for his side. He did the penalty save from Mamouche. And why did Mamouche take that penalty? Why didn't they give it to someone more accomplished like Haaland and De Bruyne? I'm not sure. I'm not sure why he took the penalty, but yeah, it was a great save from Henderson. I felt he was man of the match for me. I think he made some incredible saves during the game. And again, he could have been sent off for the handball. But again, like as I say, when the stars align, when it's your time, when it's your moment, things always go accordingly. And luckily for Dean Henderson, he didn't get sent off, or he didn't get given a red card for that handball outside the box because it was clearly handball. But I guess justice was served as well with the penalty because Tyrone Mitchell he didn't touch that player. It didn't touch him at all. That was a dive. But hey, you save that for another day because I think the most important thing for Palace and their supporters and their fans alike is the fact that they got the job done. They've beaten Manchester City, and Manchester City are the best side in English football, and they have been for the past 5, 6 seasons. As I say, they've had a very poor season this season, but let's not forget what a task Palace have had to do. Let's not forget, the mountain that they've had to climb for them to get to where they've gotten to. Because as I say, if you're a betting man, you'd put all your money on Manchester City doing the job. But as I say, credit to Crystal Palace for doing a phenomenal job. They've got over the line. This is their first major trophy. So you can imagine what this means for the club. I'm sure celebrations will be similar to what Newcastle had a few months back when they won the Carabao Cup. But Crystal Palace, they deserve it. They deserve that silverware, and it's onwards and upwards for Crystal Palace. And I think winning the FA Cup will now guarantee them a spot in the I believe it's the Europa League. So yeah, we look forward to seeing them in the Europa League next season as well. And it's onwards and upwards. So credit to Crystal Palace. Commiserations, Man City. Man City have got a lot of building to do. I don't know how Pep's going to do it because Pep usually achieves when he has the best squad and the best teams. He had the best team at Barcelona. He had the best team at Bayern Munich, and he certainly had the best team at Manchester City. But now he's got to dig deep. He's got to rebuild. And some of the players that they're bringing through, you think to yourself, well, who are these players? They're not what I'd call, great players or of the niche of Manchester City's standards. So Manchester City, Pep Guardiola, he's got to go away and he's got to try and formulate a strategy to come back again. Because I tell you what, if he doesn't, Liverpool win the league again for the next couple of seasons. So Manchester City have got to go back and kind of, re-strategize and whatnot. Will Manchester City sack Pep? Of course not. Of course they won't. They won't sack him. But to be competitive, he's got to go back to the drawing board and look at where they went wrong. But for now, we say congratulations to Crystal Palace. Well done, well deserved. That cup is coming back to Selhurst Park. Enjoy the celebration, enjoy the moment. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.